Well, we're getting ready to go, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
We're getting everything ready in the boat at our humble little trailer house where we're camping near In Netarts Bay. So we'll get everything ready and go to the bay and try the crabbing. As we pull out the driveway, it looks as if it's going to be a real nice day. So we're anxious to get down to the bay and get the boat launched and try the crabbing. Beyond our driveway, we see a little bit of fog hanging near the tops of the trees, but it looks like there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Out on to the paved but crooked road, we're setting a course for Netarts Bay. Past our property and on down the road we head. We'll be going with Kent, and skillfully he winds down the somewhat crooked road as we make our way toward Netarts Bay. The road even becomes more crooked as we move over Cape Lookout, and we're up higher, so we're definitely in fog. And it's up over the top of foggy Cape Lookout and down the other side as we go past Cape Lookout Park, and then we get our first views of the bay with the tide pretty much out. We're heading for the boat ramp. We reach the boat ramp and we'll waste no time getting the boat all loaded with the essentials we'll need, and then backing it into the briny waters of Netarts Bay and heading for the place where we'll be crabbing today. Marge walks down the somewhat unlevel walkway to get down to where we'll launch the boat into the waters of Netarts Bay. Kent backs it down very carefully where he can unload it, and we'll get this crabbing trip underway real soon. You've got your drain plug in, haven't you, Kent?
I forgot it.
Oh, wow. That'll be all right. Marge forgot ours one time when we were launching our boat, and we launched it down at Sand Lake, and I looked over, and here the boat is sitting on the bottom. But it wasn't deep enough that we just put the plug in and pumped it out and went on. Wow, that sure works slick on that trailer.
Excuse me, Tom. Back up, quick.
There's a beehive of activity around the boat ramp as Kent gets the boat launched, and we'll tie it to the docks and load in, and this trip will be underway. The very beautiful visitors to this area are in force now. The brown pelican, which come here in the fall, migrating up from Southern California, and they're really in here working. There's an oyster business in Netarts Bay, and Marge has made friends with an oysterman, and she's going to sample his product right now.
This is going to be quite an adventure.
I hope so. I'm happy to get out of this. It's so shallow in here. It's only just a few feet of water in this deal here. So.
Okay.
You okay, Marge?
Yes, that's a picture. Doc?
was doing some weird stuff. I don't know. Okay.
You're nice that it's not raining.
We will ready the crab pots and bait them and throw them to the briny depths of Netarts Bay real shortly. We've pulled up into an area not too far from shore, and we're going to give it a try here. It should work just fine. The crabbing has been real good here. We used to crab here back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and it wasn't nearly as good then as it is now. Looks like Marge is real happy. She really enjoys a nice crab meal.
Put your camera down.
We check the bottom with the depth finder. We want to try to find a nice flat bottom where the water's deep enough for the crabs, and we've found it. So in goes the crab pots as the harbor seals look on, and a few pelicans are working around us, and we hear them crashing into the water. They don't just dive into the water, they crash into it. Some bait containers are loaded into the crab pots, and then we're ready to dump them in.
Hear the seals?
Yeah. Crab eel guys.
Crabby old suckers.
Oh, look at them over there. Whole lineup of them.
The ropes have to be untangled, and we need to make sure there's a buoy on the end of each crab pot, each crab rope, and then the rope will be attached to the pot and it'll be dumped into the waters of Netarts Bay. Kent's well-tuned motor moves us from area to area where we'll be dropping crab pots in as the pelicans are looking for a little school of fish to dive in to the water after.
No, why would it wants to drift in? To the shore. If you see me coming up by a buoy, let me know so I can move. I don't want them going under the boat.
Yeah.
These crab pots are very nice for this boat because they fold up and you can stow them away without them taking oodles of room. And then you get the crab pot all assembled, and then a bait box attaches to it to try to lure those crabs in to try the bait. Marge will get the bait box out, and it's already baited and ready to go. So we'll find a place to throw it overboard, and overboard it'll go, waiting for a hungry crab to come along. It's pretty much low tide yet, and the harbor seals are still hanging around.
Oh, son of a bitch. yesterday. It was no wind. It was beautiful out here. It was incredibly. It was warm. I didn't have even a jacket. It was just warm.
Oh, wow.
Today it's kind of a little bit nastier today.
Yeah, it's a little
Foggy and
bit of a wind and no sun. Maybe it'll change though, hopefully.
yeah.
I didn't catch what the weather was going to be today.
The brown pelicans have sure figured out a way to catch those fish. The pelicans are flying to and fro, trying to figure out a way to fill their bellicans. The old brown pelicans look like a very dignified old man. The old seals are laying there, letting their morning's meal digest as we go past.
Get the seals over there, Tom. Oh, I guess I'm gonna miss that sucker, aren't I? Oh, I missed it. Well, only got 2 keepers, it looks like.
The briny waters of the bay are starting to produce some nice male crabs, and here's a female. The females have to be put back. They're the ones with a large flap on their belly, and this one's starting to regenerate one claw, and it looks like she's lost the other claw too. They do this sometimes fighting amongst themselves and other reasons too, but they do have regeneration.
Where were we that I was in 14 feet of water and a flat bottom?
Wander around out there looking for that special spot where they can catch some crabs. And now the tide is starting to turn and come in.
The tongs.
Okay.
We're running 4 pots out there, and that seems to be enough. By the time we get one done, it's time to go check the others.
Excuse me. Well, I'm not doing this very good today, Tom.
Are you gonna get it?
No. Alright. I'm not, yesterday was right on.
The idea is to get as close as you can to the pots without having them go under the boat. If you get one of those under the boat, get it wrapped around the propeller, you're in a world of hurt. So we just move up close. Sometimes we'll miss one and have to circle back to get it from another angle. And then is just wrap it on the electric crab puller and let it do the work as it pulls them to the surface. It's always nice to see that pot coming up, and you're hoping for it to be pretty full of crabs. Sometimes it is, and other times it's not. There's a few in that one, and some nice big ones. One thing this year, we're catching really nice big fat crabs.
There's a nice big one.
Nice keeper there, huh?
Yeah, there's a couple keepers in there, I think. You're a keeper.
Wow. Good
Where's
damn.
that bucket at?
Oh, here's the bucket. Here, I'll get you the bucket. Here's the
Okay,
bucket.
bucket.
Yeah, here's the
We had
here's the bucket. I forgot.
Oh, I tell you, first base.
Yeah, get the bucket.
2 keepers. I think the rest of these are,
Throwaways, huh?
that's a female. One out of keeper, one of your, whatever.
They have to go back in and grow a little bit.
You're a female.
Okay.
The seagull decided it would be a good time for a bath in the waters of In Netarts Bay as we go past. And oh, by the way, if anyone's got any eggs we made, he'll take care of that for him too. The tide's starting to come in by now as we go past the seals again, but they don't care. They're water animals, and that water doesn't even feel cold to them. And when the tide comes in, they just lay there and float until they get their naps finished.
Crab?
Yeah.
I'm putting them in with the rest of them. So I'm keeping track. That makes 5. A lot of these are just couples of them.
You see my other,
What?
I gotta be careful what I say. See, this isn't as exciting as salmon fishing, but it sure tastes better.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I like crab better than salmon.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
There's some good crabs. Not a lot, but there's some keepers.
Oh, wow. That looks better, doesn't it? Wow, look at
Oh,
that.
look at that.
That giant.
There's some keepers in there, Marge.
Yes, I'm taking some pictures of them. Some stills.
That one's a real giant.
Yeah, there's a couple nice ones in there.
Oh, yeah, that's more like it.
I'll get the bucket. Here's the bucket.
Yeah, where's that?
Here's the bucket.
I don't think there's a keeper, but
Each crab has to be carefully measured with a measure gauge, and if he's not big enough, even if he's just a little bit too small, he has to be put back. Some of them probably get to go up and down a few times every day, and they can enjoy the bait and then have a free ride up and then swim back down. They better be careful how much bait they eat, though. If they eat too much, maybe they'll grow to where they're legal, and then they're in big trouble. They go into hot water.
Let go, come on.
They,
Oh, come here. Yeah, he's a keeper.
closer up picture of.
Ooh, wait a minute. I thought that was a female. Nope, too little. You're a keeper. If I can get the tongs behind him like that.
Oh, that's a nice
yeah.
one. Here, I'll get a close up of him. There. Nice.
He's a keeper. Boy, there's a lot of males in this one this time. Oh, come on. God, there's all kinds of males. Remember where this was? Where did I pull this pot at? Right there? This thing is solid males. That's too small. I've only thrown back one female. That's too small. Well, this is the most males I've ever gotten.
Wow.
Oh my God. They're all males. Too small. Oh, that damaged him. Too small. That was the first one in that line there, right there. We want to go back. That's where all those males were.
Okay.
We got 4 on that one?
Yeah, so that makes 9.
Okay, let's go get the... Oh, this one's full. There's some keepers in this one, I think. Yeah, there's a couple of ones in there. Oh, baby. Well, that one big one's a female.
I'll be darned.
I thought that was a male for sure. Usually you don't see females that big.
No.
Man, that's a nice female. There's a male. There's a keeper.
Where's the bucket?
What do you need? Oh, the bucket. Here, move aside.
Oh, you
I
guys.
got the bucket.
Oh, you top up. He's
It's a bit small. Yeah, he's a bit small.
Cops pull us over and check him.
Yeah.
He was on the edge though.
Yeah.
See, they got jet trucks.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they don't draw so much water, and they can go right on up to those beaches without screwing their props up.
Here we come. Here's the wave coming. This is like being out on the ocean.
Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby.
And here comes another boat.
They're all going in with their oysters, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Tide's coming in. Time is it? 10:30 almost.
Yeah, 10.
Oh, yeah.
10.
The seals are still enjoying their nap on a sandbar. But that'll
I had
soon be
enough to
over.
You know, I had a
Tide will
cage,
be in
a crab
shortly.
hooked onto one of these damn cages, and it came. Oh boy.
Some of the seals have lost the sandbar that they were sleeping on, so they don't care. They just turn upside down and go ahead and float while they sleep. Or they can go down and take a nap under the surface if they find someplace to wedge themselves and just drift up about once every 20 minutes for that all-important breath of air. Must be a rough life being a seal. You just get to float around and swim around and lay on the sandbar, so it must be difficult. It looks like another oyster boat going by us with their deck almost awash, loaded down with oysters. Then we caught a red rock Japanese crab, and they're an invasive species, so you can keep them no matter what size they are, and I like to eat them too.
Rough life. Well, we did all right.
Yeah, we did okay, but I didn't know it'd go like this. Kind of weird.
Here's another one of these. Wow, look at that. Bucket full of crab.
Yeah.
Here.
By now, we've caught enough crabs. We're going to have a super crab feed, so we're going to head on into the dock, load the boat up, and take them back to our property and cook them. So we'll have, and eat them. So we'll have a great crab feed as we're going to pull into the dock here pretty soon. Most people have quit for the day. Some are stubbornly hanging on, but once that tide comes in like this, it's usually about all over. This is a very small harbor, so there's usually very little waiting time to get your boat loaded on your trailer, if any. So we're going to go in and find out. We're going to pull up to the dock and be ready to load it on the trailer and head home.
Yeah.
And she says,
I gotta get this dock.
wow, nice.
When we get to the dock, we see there's a couple launching their kayaks, and they've got crab pots in them. I guess they're going out and try their luck at crabbing. Well, that ought to be exciting. It's with the other boat traffic and stuff, it's a little bit difficult in a kayak.
Gag and Tom.
No, for that, out we go. I'll get my water.
She didn't seem to be as enthusiastic about crabbing in a kayak as he did, but she's going and they're heading out. Kent backs the trailer in, and in just a little bit we'll have that boat loaded on the trailer and pull out of the docks. We just move it out from shore, from the walk just a little bit, and walk it right up to the trailer. And on the trailer it goes, and we'll soon be back cooking crabs, it looks to me like. Kent's winding it right on up to the beginning. Can you get my water bottle, please, Marge?
Oh, look at
And here's the sign that tells you about the crabbing. What you're supposed to keep, what you're not supposed to, and the limits and everything about these little creatures that crawl on the bottom of the bay. There's a restroom here, which is very nice when you've been out in the boat. And the pelicans are flying all over the place. There's a lot of them around at this time of year. Looks like it takes a little maneuvering to land on one of those pilings, but this old guy's got it figured out, and so have some of the others, so they can do it. But when they land in the water, they don't just land, they just crash into the water. I don't know why they do that. It looks like it'd be more comfortable to go in gently, but I guess those pelicans aren't going to listen to me. That one's looking to see where his partner went, and the rest of them are crashing into the gentle waters of the mooring basin here. The one on the piling must be the head pelican, and he's in charge of everything as he sits here and does a little of that all-important scratching and watches over the rest of them. The big bag on the bottom of their chin isn't for fish storage, as legend might tell you. It's something that expands when they hit the water, and maybe the fish will go in there, but they excrete the water out and swallow the fish, so they don't carry fish in those bags under their chin, as storybooks might tell you they do. And for us, we're in the vehicle heading home over the windy mountain roads and then back down the other side and to our property where the crab cooker will be waiting for us. We get the flame going in it, put the water in it, get the water to boiling, and then put the salt in, and then the crabs come next.
Because when this timer is good for 15 minutes, when it goes up, shuts everything down.
Oh yeah.
Stupid. It's for a turkey cooker.
Oh.
So you don't overboil it and burn the house down.
Yeah.
So all this except for about that much. You could dump the whole thing in. Barbara loved it. I dumped in the whole thing day one, and I thought it was a little bit much, but she said, no, it's perfect. And I said, well, I'm going to do a little less. So I went like this much less the other day, about that much. So from here to here is all.
After they've boiled in salt water for about 25 minutes, we lay them out on this plywood to cool, all lined up and ready to cool. And they're cooked to perfection. That was some really super good crab. As we pull them out of the pot one at a time.